what's going on, guys? Kalamazi here, and this is going to be our kill of Mythic Lords of Dread, a Destruction Warlock POV from last night's stream. Now, Lords of Dread's a boss that takes about 20 to 30-ish pulls. I think we killed it in about 26, give or take, taking away a couple of the random wipes or early wipes to weak wars and things like that here and there. The boss... So there are a couple of different builds you can play on this boss. Now, the majority of the actual kills are playing Madness here. However, up until very recently, most of the Madness kills have been getting fairies, which gives you essentially a 2-minute Infernal, which lines up with every swarm phase. Like fairy, 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 this is a hunter, fairy, fairy, a lot of fairies here, and power infusions, obviously. Now, these two recent parses have popped up in the last couple of days here, which weren't around when we were progging on this boss early on. The highest builds outside of getting the fairy Madness parses here, we're actually playing Wilfred's. Wilfred's gives you that 2-minute Infernal profile for every swarm phase because it occurs essentially every 2 minutes. The non-fairy Madness builds here have Infernal for first swarm and then final swarm. You have a weird Infernal in between that you can pop like right after the second swarm comes out, but you don't have that 100% damage amp value that each swarm brings. So I think Madness and Wilfred's are both very close if you're not getting any fairies and things. Like we got a couple power infusions on this pull. I believe we had 2, but one was mistimed and we didn't get 2 during the other swarms that we should have. Not a big deal. But regardless, if I was to prog this boss again, I probably would just play Madness and not play Wilfred's. And that's because you can carry a 4-piece proc for Destro into each swarm phase, whether you have your player-bound Infernal or not. And by doing so, let's say if you're playing Madness here, in second swarm and third swarm, you carry a 4-piece proc into it. That Blasphemy proc should last the entire duration of that swarm phase due to all the shard gen you're getting from Immolate's ticking, from the Havoc windows, from power infusions, from decaying Soul Satchel, Soul Rots, the haste, high haste you should have enough shards to push out another 4-piece proc before that Blasphemy ends or quickly after, giving you essentially a full Inferno window there regardless. So I feel like long term, if I was going to prog this fight again, I'd probably just play Madness, but Wilfred's is a close, second. So besides that, we ended up playing normal build, Eradication, Cataclysm, Reign of Chaos, Soul Conduit, Ruby, because 2-minute build, Dreamweaver, Duplicitous Havoc, Ashen Remains, Infernal Brand, and yeah, the boss dies pretty quickly once you get the hang of it. It's mostly a mechanics check at this point. As long as you have decent DPS, the boss should die pretty easily. I think we killed it right after 4th swarm. This was the first pull of night 2 of progging this boss. We had 2 hunters and 1 healer who had not been in for any prog, and we one-shot the boss. Not like the best performance DPS-wise from us personally. You'll notice that the entire raid gets feared, actually, in the second Among Us phase, and somehow we still killed this boss. So we had a few nasty overlaps with debuffs and swarms and clears and things going into actual swarm phases. I think we had to tank someone's debuff during a swarm, but in the end it worked out. So now if there are any weak auras, profiles, or add-ons you'd like to acquire from this video, link down below to my Twitch where you can grab them all for free. I stream 5 to 6 days a week. If you want to swing by, hang out, watch the stream, ask any questions anytime, feel free to do so. And I also want to give one huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys a million times for all support. I really appreciate it. If you're looking at supporting on Patreon, there should be a link somewhere up here as well as down in the video description below. With that being said, let's get into it.
5,
I hate this boss.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We're beating.
Boss.
Buffing's wild, man. Holy cow.
Hello? Grab it, take it out.
Super bug.
Melee.
Boy.
Dodge.
Dodge. Out of PC wings.
4 and Adora, 5, right? 6.
Dora, white. How do
Adora in red.
Dora and red. Shouldn't it be 6 votes?
That's a little odd.
How many
Someone
votes?
also-
PC wings, yeah.
Voted for the
You're
ad.
waiting.
Don't move, don't move, don't move. You can take a step now.
It was a little awkward.
I need to go far, but it's fine.
You're dodging. Coming right melee. Right melee. And we're baiting. I'll be dodging after this. You can get in.
Here's a bunch of
Grip me.
Melee.
Here.
Need to get group here in. Good. You can get him in a minute.
You don't really need to move much for this other stuff though.
Big proc here. Yeah, proc for it. That's bad. My Kata. Guess we get some value out of it.
Melee.
Bug.
Super bug.
This one's delayed.
Melee, yeah. Why not?
Super bug again. And rank
Super
bug
bug.
on it.
There's gonna be a lot of melee right now. I have to take a step back.
Yep, watch yourselves in melee.
Got him off. Something.
Ah,
Sick.
Dodge.
just have to get out. Just
I mean,
Tremors on city.
Help us anyway.
I think we're pretty fucked here.
It's
Vote
Revis and
maybe.
Adora.
Okay, Revs, quick, Revs and Adora. Adora now, quick.
good lord.
Okay, we're actually alive.
Baiting.
Somehow.
Baiting.
Oh damn, this is gonna hit here. Then we can
You get that solar beam coming out of this. On the
just like a little bit.
okay, we're right now.
Pass this one to somebody.
Yep, terrorized him.
Rally on this next phase.
It's gonna be a little sketchy. We're
There's
baiting
some
here.
Baiting.
Gonna watch your feet here. People who got that are gonna this. Okay. You know, these are sketchy ones.
Both hitting me.
Can be in. Can be in.
Warlocks, do you take these?
I'll come halfway through to grab from
Watch me here. Don't have much for this.
I'm gonna take the game
Okay.
I'm probably back here. Someone's back can take this if they can.
Yeah. Yes. We don't have a res, but if we can just make it to the next thing.
Someone's taking
Super.
super bugs.
And we're baiting. Be dodging him,
Hundred.
just watch your feet.
Oh my gosh, good lord. Good lord.
Super.
Melee.
Super.
After this next one, let's go to the middle one.
Keep
I
watching.
didn't get my solar window off, fortunately.
Melanie. Out of PC wings only.
It's myself and Spooky. Myself and Spooky.
Hey, Atrian Spooky. Atrian. Good. Am I baiting here? Good.
I'm pulling them on top of it.
Keep your interest.
Make sure. Oh, good. No, it's dead. Good. Let's watch Fears now. Watching feet here?
Down a healer for this next phase.
Yep.
I'm gonna really suck every. We're gonna have
Do we
to
need
do
to take this off
everything
Spooky?
Baiting, sorry, baiting.
Spooky needs to be taken still, or
Very good.
Someone take this off me.
Last
It's
clears, if you're
left,
not
it's left.
involved, you can get in. If you're not involved, you can get in. And front load your defensives here a little.
Watch the feet.
Must
Here's
Or
one.
dodging. Health stone, health pot, whenever it's good for you.
Link. More Morganis, yeah.
Oh god.
Said this boss is hard tonight. What's wrong with you guys? Like, holy shit. Like,
apparently not. I mean,
Super bugs.
tough boss, man. Tough boss.
on to
Tough boss. Alright, well,
Fucked
we're-
up so bad that duel, man. Like,
Let me loot
so many
tier real
times
quick.
just Lost.
Did you get hit by a
Alright.
green puddle? Because that's the only thing.
Alright.
No,
I think we played
I
it okay.
didn't, But like,